Welcome back to Experimental Gardener. Today we're going to do our North Garden tour in June. So first up, we have our onions and lettuce. Pulled out the garlic, and since we have Bermuda grass, we're tarping that entire half of the garden. We have squash replanted in here, hoping for it to grow and sprawl. In the next bed, the squash we just planted is being eaten by snails. Here we have our rye crop. You'll notice there's a lot of sweet clover in there. It reseeded. It's a little hard to deal with actually. The rye's heading up really nicely, but I probably won't do sweet clover next time just because it's so vigorous when I want something else to be there. We harvested our wheat. That's done. You just have kind of the straw standing there. In this bed we have lots of flowers. Over here again we have our thyme and then the oregano that's going into bloom. And then here we have our painted milling corn. Turns out it's a shorter milling corn, which is why it was so short to begin with and so short now. Average 4 feet, about 3 to 6 feet is what I found. This part over here is a little less sparse because it came before, I put it in before a frost. This I put after a frost and it's much better, but I still think it's too dense. There's like 2 per hole and they're 8-inch spacing. Next time I want to do 1 per hole at 8-inch spacing and hope that allows them to grow a little better. We'll see when I get the yield. Next up are my dry beans, and they're looking amazing. Really excited. We had some slug damage on the end, but it wasn't enough to worry about it. The bean plants kind of outgrew that. On this next bed we have all of this is buckwheat, which you can't actually buy in stores, so we thought we'd grow some ourselves. And then here's some more dry beans coming in. And then the cabbages we've already harvested. And these are little baby cabbages that come off the side once you've harvested. So you can see how there's kind of 6 arrayed around. As you go down, you see the red, the green cabbage and all that. Cabbage we haven't harvested yet. Red cabbage, you can see the size of it. But right over here, this is a baby cabbage off an offshoot. And it's close to the same size. So keep your cabbage. And probably one of my favorite experiments here is our pole beans. We're putting up a trellis. So you can see it's going to go all the way to the other side, on the other side of the garden. So that's it. June garden tour. Hope you've enjoyed.